So I've been waiting for a while to do this one, waiting for some news to pile up. We're gonna go over the recent off-season of the PLL. So not until January 18th did the trade and waiver wire open. Um, they introduced a new free agency system. I don't think there's really been too much said about it or explanation about it, but we'll see what happens with that. Not this off-season, but more next off-season, I believe. First trade of the offseason, though, was Jake Fricaro from the Chaos going to the Cannons for Andrew Q and their third rounder in the college draft. I thought that was pretty good. I think both sides get something that they could use. Um, I like Jake Fricaro. I think that he's a good mid tier player. Andrew Q, I thought, played pretty well with the Cannons. With the retirement of Paul Rabel, they're going to need a midfielder, though, so I think that does the trick. And a third rounder is not too bad. Pick will be moved to second round if Cannons appear in the 2022 championship game. Little clause right there. The next one that we have is Ty Warner elevated from the holdout list. So Ty Warner is the short stick defensive midi for the Whip Snakes. He was, I believe, going to medical school. Missed last season, but it looks like he's back. So that would be a huge gain for the Whip Snakes, who fell just shy last year. Then they had a biggest trades of in pro lacrosse history. I thought that it was interesting that the Redwoods were part of all three trades. 2019, trading for Jules Henningberg. 2020, trading for Miles Jones. 2021, trading Rob Pennell. The funny thing is that they finished in the championship round, semifinal round, quarterfinal round every year successing. So each trade that they made, I don't think that they got worse. They just been losing earlier in the playoffs. And then they began. There's one more trade. The Archers traded Stephen Kelly, viable faceoff guy, did pretty well statistically last year, and a third rounder for the Cannons, third rounder and a fourth rounder. So I think that's to move up two spots from 20 to 18 overall picks, and then to get a 29 overall for Stephen Kelly. I mean, you gotta be confident that you're either gonna get someone in the draft or that you have someone lined up. Um, I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, I harp on it all the time that I love the faceoff position. I think that's, possession is so important in our game. So it was interesting to see them trade without like a true number two. I guess he was really number one last year. I don't think that he was ever out of lineup. And then we came out with the venue announcement, starting in Albany, going to Charlotte, which I think was a new venue. I think this is huge. North Carolina. I mean, they have Duke and UNC, like two of some of the best um, college lacrosse programs of all time. So to put a game there, I think was a fucking no-brainer. Then they're going to Long Island, back to Hofstra. I wish they were putting at Stony Brook. That would have been sick, but it just Hofstra makes more sense. The tailgate would be sick at Stony Brook, though. The Hofstra, their parking lots kind of suck. Would have been sick in fucking Stony Brook. Baltimore, they're going to Johns Hopkins as they've done before. Minneapolis, I believe that they went there last season, and then their All-Star game, I believe they started here last year in Boston at Gillette Stadium. Should be a good time. So that's the first half of the season. They changed it up this time, so the fantasy lacrosse can be way better because each team is only going to play once per weekend. There's 2 bye weeks. I don't know if the All-Star break counts as one of those. It does. I'm gonna say it does not because they play July 1st, 2nd, and then that's in Minneapolis. I wish that was in Long Island, man, on my birthday. Um, and then they have a bye week, and then the week after is the All Star break. So they're gonna have more or less 2 weeks off, right around there. Another trade had happened. Ryan Tierney and a third rounder from the Whipsnakes going to, wow, that's pretty interesting. Going to I mean, the fucking Whipsnakes have no need for an attackman. Going to the Cannons for a third rounder and a fourth rounder. I think that's a pretty fair trade. Ryan Tierney, the Hofstra guy, we were actually just talking about him a lot the other day. LIU had just played Hofstra at the tournament for the Long Island Cup. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, they did. I got so mixed up. But yeah, so that was actually a great event. And I saw Duke and Penn play at my high school play a fucking college lacrosse game, like a legit game. It was sick. Penn won in overtime. Good crowd, like 1,500 people there. It was fucking sick. So yeah, great fucking last week of lacrosse, and I'm so happy I was here. We only played one game in Massachusetts, so I was able to be back for that on Sunday. It was a great weekend, a great way to fucking decompress, man. Let me tell you. And then that was about it. Drew Gittleman, now has full control of the net. Drew Adams announced his retirement, so Adam Gittleman's now that guy. Wow, he played a good amount of fucking games. Four-time All-Pro, all-time Sage leader in pro lacrosse history. Damn, maybe I shit on him a little too much. I guess he was an older guy, but yeah, I think that's the good move, man. They kept the better goalie with all due respect. They had some guys. They had a good amount of guys. Casey Powell being one of them, making the Hall of Fame. Other than that, to be transparent, I don't know who the fuck these guys are or girls are. Um, and that's like been the off season for the most part. The biggest stuff has been the what's it called? Been Paul Rabel stepping away. It's been a couple of small trades, the venue announcement. That's been about it. Actually, I went to an NLL game the other day. I went to a Riptide game. Like, great product. The game is sick. The only thing that sucks is the environment. It's really like it's just middle-aged men who are coming there like kind of tipsy. They don't sell beer there, which sucks. And then it's just little kids fucking running around. So it wasn't the greatest event. They average about 4,000 fans per game, which is last in the NLL. You got the fucking I don't know which team it was, but one team was bringing in fucking 14,000 people per game. That's crazy to think about. That you got that's the Coliseum sold out for every game. That's your average, man. That's crazy. That's got to be a sick environment too, man. So if they could really transition, I think the PLL does a good job of like this is the sport while you're there. It's got like its little kid shit to the side, but it's also got its regular shit in front of you. They don't sell beers either, but I don't know. It's a little bit of a different environment. But they kind of let you go outside, tailgate, drink all your beers you want, and then walk inside. Last year when they did the back-to-back games, you could walk back out to your car, come back in. So that's a little different. When it's freezing fucking cold and it's January and it's like it's much harder to just kind of get wasted and walk in. So that was my perspective of the game. I think next year I might do a little bit more with the NLL. In terms of just updates and stuff like that. We'll see. I'm so fucking busy. You can make time for anything you need to prioritize, but I'm so busy already with the fucking with the hockey team, trying to fucking get any type of consistency throughout the season. We're gonna be gone for fucking 14 days, going to Alaska and Arizona. I've been talking about this forever. I'm fucking hyped. Hopefully we end off on the right foot. Really appreciative of that. Hopefully going to get involved in some sort of lacrosse over the summer. But we'll see what happens. Definitely going to be doing this again. Definitely going to be better than last year. I think I ended on a really good note. And we'll take it from there. So, excited for lacrosse, man. Cannot fucking wait.